Hey everybody, it's time for part 2. We are still on day 12, and I realized in my last video, even though it doesn't look like it when I'm filming it, little tweet was cut off. So hopefully he's not cut off this time. It's Tuesday, April 7th. We're working on our math and social studies lessons for day 12. Here's what you need for math. So this paper from yesterday, they only included one of these in our packet. We need another, or just use the same one that you had for yesterday, okay? That's what I'm gonna have to do, okay? So same paper from yesterday where we practiced the number 11. Then we also need this paper that we also used yesterday, and you need your fluency game cards, fluency game cards, okay? Hopefully you put those in a safe spot. You also, for social studies today, you're going to need at least 2 blank pieces of paper and then pencil and crayons. Okay, so now is the time to go ahead and pause the video and get all of your materials ready, okay? So pause and get materials. Okay, it's time for math. The first thing that is in our lesson is to practice counting to 100. And we did that yesterday. We're going to do it again today, and we're going to do it this time with Spider-Man. They want us to clap every time we get to what they're calling a friendly number. The friendly numbers are just the numbers we get when we're counting by tens. So they don't do that in this video, but if you'd like to clap or shoot spiderweb spiders every time you get to one of the numbers that we use to count by tens, you can go ahead and do that. Here we go. Oh, there's also movement to this. So if you want to stand up and do these movements, that would be a great little stretch break for you. Here we go.
Get ready to learn. Get ready to count to 100 and dance to the groove. Are you ready? Do the windmills. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now, cross your elbows to your knees. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. We're ready to learn. We're ready to count to 100 and dance to the groove. It's time for jumping jacks. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Now let's pretend to swim. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Start marching in place. 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50.
Ooh, good jump, Spider-Man.
It's fun to learn. It's fun to move. Halfway to 100, let's dance to the groove. Play a guitar solo. 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60. And roll your shoulders. 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70. Now it's time to do the twist. 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80. We're ready to learn. We're ready to count to 100 and dance to the groove. Start squatting up and down. 81, 82, 83, 84. in place. 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100. We wanted to learn.
Oh, come on.
We wanted to...
No! Okay, guys. We're going to stop right there. That was awesome. I hope you moved around a little bit. I definitely hope you practiced counting. Go ahead and have a seat, get your pencil, and we're going to get started with math. All right, friends. So today we're going to work on the number 12. Go ahead and practice writing the number 12 just with your finger in the air. Try to get that 2 facing the right way. Let me go ahead and put 12 up there. And we're going to take our paper from yesterday that had the number 11, and we're going to change it so that it now says 12. So hopefully you did it in pencil. If you did it in crayon, that's okay. If you did it in crayon, you can just cross the 11 out and write the number 12 at the top. And then you're just going to add however many counters you need to add to make it 12 instead of 11. So let's see, how many do you think you're going to need to add to make this 11 into 12? 1, right? Because 12 comes after 11. So I have 11 smiley faces. I'm going to go ahead and just add 1 more. Now it's 12, and I can even double check to make sure it's 12. Here I did an array, which was just rows of smiley faces, and that's 11. I add 1 more to make 12. And then down here I was filling in the 10 frames. I have 10, 11, 12. Done. Not tricky at all. Now you're going to get this paper. Oh, I'm sorry. You know what? I should give you a minute to finish that. So go ahead and pause the video, and then you can go ahead and update your paper so that it shows the number 12. Go ahead and pause now. All right, remember we're working on the number 12. We're going to do this paper now. Yesterday we drew 11 smiley faces. Today, where it says day 12, they want us to draw 12 triangles. Now, for those of you who haven't drawn a triangle before, because we haven't actually learned about shapes yet, let me just show you really quickly. A triangle is like an upside down V, okay? So it's like you're making a little volcano almost. And then you just connect it across the bottom. So it has 3 sides. My marker's not working very well, but that's a triangle. So you're going to do 12. Sorry guys. Sorry about that. Okay, so you're going to draw 12 triangles in these 10 frames. Go ahead, pause the video, and you can do that task. Okay, so this is what mine looks like. I drew 12 triangles in the 10 frames next to day 12. The next thing you guys are going to do is you're going to practice your fluency game. So go ahead and get your fluency cards. And remember, what you're doing with this is you have to decide how many more counters you need to make 10. So the answer for this one would be 5. Now the idea is to try to do these quickly. I think it's fun to feed them to hungry dinosaurs or any stuffed animal that you have. Little Tweet's not so sure about that T-Rex. I think it's a nice T-Rex, Little Tweet, don't worry. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say the answer and then feed it to the dinosaur, and then I'm going to do these as fast as I can. I'm just going to go do a few. Ready? 5. 5. 7. 9. 6. All right, you guys, you're going to go through all of your cards. You can feed them to a stuffed animal. Don't feed them to a real animal, okay? We don't want real animals eating your cards. And then when you're done playing that game, go ahead and put those in a safe place because they might want us to play again. It is now time to pause and play your fluency game. Okay, friends, it is time for social studies, and we are learning about maps. So first, we're going to listen to this story.
Me on the Map by Joan Sweeney, illustrated by Annette Cable. This is me. This is me in my room. This is a map of my room. And this is me on the map of my room. This is my house. This is a map of my house. And this is my room on the map of my house. This is my street. This is a map of my street. This is my house on the map of my street. This is my town. This is a map of my town. And this is my street on the map of my town. This is my state. This is a map of my state. And this is my town on the map of my state. This is my country, the United States of America. This is a map of my country. And this is my state on the map of my country. This is my world. It is called Earth. It looks like a giant ball. If you could unroll the world and make it flat, it would look something like this map of the world. This is my country on the map of the world. So, here's how I find my special place on the map of the world. First, I look at the map of the world and find my country. Then, I look at the map of my country and find my state. Then, I look at the map of my state and find my town. Then, I look at the map of my town and find my street. And on my street, I find my house. And in my house, I find my room. And in my room, I find me. Just think. In rooms, in houses, on streets, in towns, in countries all over the world, everybody has their own special place on the map. Just like me. Just like me on the map. The end.
Okay, everybody, one more thing to do. Now, the directions for social studies today wants you to draw two different pictures, but I think that that's going to take too long. So Little Tweet and I think that you should just draw one picture. What do you think, Little Tweet? Yeah, you're really only supposed to spend 20 minutes on social studies. So first, you're just going to think about what your room looks like when you walk through the door. What do you see when you walk through the door? Then pretend that Mrs. Hill uses a magic wand and turns you into Little Tweet so you can fly. And you're going to fly all over the ceiling of your room. Now think about what your room will look like if you're Little Tweet flying over the ceiling. That is what you're going to draw. So you're going to draw what your room would look like if you were a bird flying on the ceiling or hanging on the ceiling. And that is going to look more like a map of your room than if you drew what it looked like looking through the door, right? So here's an example. I drew the bed. These are little tables, door. Those are windows. Here's a rug with Legos, a bookcase with a book. I haven't finished this picture yet, but I want you guys to go ahead and get a blank piece of paper and a pencil and pretend you're Little Tweet and go ahead and draw what your room would look like from the ceiling. And that is a map of your room. Then you can, of course, color it in and add some details. You could definitely add labels too. I just didn't do that. And I would love to see some of those finished products if you guys want to send me a picture. But also remember, put this in a safe place. Put all your papers in a safe place because we are going to be collecting them. You guys did awesome today. Good job. Have a fun rest of your day.